I hope everybody's doing well. I have a video here for you today in regards to ashwagandha. And this will be my second video on ashwagandha. I actually have a video I did about a year ago about my experience with debilitating panic attacks and how I was able to finally defeat those panic attacks using ashwagandha. And I'm going to briefly talk about that experience. I'm going to leave a link to the original video. So if you want to see the whole story, you can follow that link and watch the whole thing. And I'm going to kind of give you a very short version here. And then I'm actually going to show you the ashwagandha that I use. And I'm going to talk about how I recommend that people start using it. Now, I'm going to preface this by letting you know I am not a doctor, okay? If you are on some kind of medication, you definitely want to make sure with your doctor that it's okay to take ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is all natural. There's no medicine in it. It is plant-based, and it is part of the nightshade plant. And so most people don't have any type of side effects with this. I will tell you that this is the best supplement or best pill or anything I have ever put inside my body. Here it is a couple years after starting ashwagandha, and I am completely back to normal. I feel great, and I want everybody to achieve what I've been able to achieve. Now, this all started for me a couple of years ago when I started having, this was 6-7 years ago when I started having debilitating panic attacks. It all stemmed off of getting high blood pressure, and we got my blood pressure under control, but the panic attacks didn't stop, and it got to a point where it was debilitating. It affected my everyday life. It was affecting everything I was doing, and my doctor put me on some medicine that I didn't do well with by any means. You can watch that video and you'll see what I'm talking about. I had completely irrational thoughts, things that were not normal, and I knew they weren't normal, and I came off of that medicine after only taking it for 4 months, and it was supposed to be a low-level medicine. I can't remember what it was exactly, the name of it, but I want to say, I don't remember. I don't even want to speculate at what it was. But that's when I turned to CBD oil. And CBD oil worked great for the most part. CBD oil doesn't have any THC in it, and it was great. But the problem I had with CBD oil, and what a lot of people are going to have, is every time I got a batch, it was a little bit different with the potency. So I didn't know when I got a batch if it was going to work well or not. And, those things could be $40, $50 a pop. And the last time I got CBD oil, it was not effective at all. And I actually brought it back to the place I got it from, and they said that's the unfortunate thing about buying CBD oil is that there's no regulation and there's no potency level. And, what may work well one time may not work well the next time. So I had to find a different way to deal with the panic attacks. Now, by this point, I had them mostly under control, but they would show up every once in a while. So about 2 years ago, I came across ashwagandha. I was at the most stressful time of my life. One of my daughters had a massive cancer scare, and we had also been dealing with COVID, and also my car, our family vehicle, we did some major repairs on it. That was a 6-week process, and I ended up coming out of these events feeling just completely off. And I knew something was wrong, so I did a quick Google search, and they said more than likely my testosterone was low. And for males, we have 2 chemicals in our body that are in constant battle with each other. One is cortisol, and the other is testosterone. And they're in a teeter-totter. When you have, and women have something similar. I haven't looked to see what the chemical is for women, but women have cortisol as well. And cortisol is bad for the body. If you have excessive worry or you're stressed out all the time, your cortisol levels are like going up, 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 and up. And for us, or for me, it got extremely high, which means your testosterone lowers. And I looked up the best ways to get my testosterone back up to normal, and I came across ashwagandha. It was either lift heavy weights, which I still can't do because I have umbilical hernia, and I'm it's still only the size of a marble, and I don't want to make it any larger, so I can't lift heavy weights. So the other option was to use ashwagandha, which naturally lowers your cortisol levels. Cortisol. I think I got it wrong in my last video. I think I said cortisol when it's cortisol. So it is cortisol levels. And if I get it wrong again, I'm sorry. I kind of switch back and forth. But I started taking ashwagandha. It naturally lowers that chemical, which will naturally raise up your testosterone. And within just 2 or 3 days of taking it, I started to feel better. And now I don't even have to take the ashwagandha very much at all. Only when I get really stressed out or I have excessive worry, I can feel when my body is changing, and I know to take the ashwagandha to get it all balanced back again, which is super easy to do with ashwagandha. Now, here's where I'm going to talk about how you should use it and how I recommend using it. And again, I'm not a doctor, and I am going to leave a link to the actual ashwagandha that I use. It is an affiliate link. I do have an affiliate link here, so it's going to help out my channel. If anybody uses that link to buy it off of Amazon, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help my channel. So I am going to leave that affiliate link in the description. What I use is this stuff right here. So it is by Natural Life Ashwagandha, 2,100 milligrams. And I got this from Amazon. And I'm still on, I think this is our second bottle over 2 years. I've only had to use, and I've given some of this to my kids as well, which has helped them. And so I haven't had to use a whole ton of this stuff. I only need it when I feel like I need it. Here's how I would recommend taking it. I think 2,100 milligrams off of this brand is good to start with. Now, when the recommendation on the bottle is to take one pill 3 times a day and take it with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, I've taken it without food, and it doesn't seem to do anything. There's no adverse effects taking it, so you don't have to worry about it upsetting your stomach. But those were the instructions, were to take it 3 times a day. And I did that, and after the second day, I was like as calm as could be. Like I was completely chill. It was like the electricity was taken out of my body, and I was completely at ease, and I was just very normal. I felt great. And then after that, I only started taking it when I needed it. Now, I've been meaning to get, when I do order ashwagandha again, I am going to get a smaller dosage, because if I take one pill now, I might feel the effects for 2 or 3 days. And that was not the intent. The intent was to take 3 a day. I only want to get to where I have to take 1 a day. So I think on my next batch, I'm going to try half the potency and see. So you won't know until you get a gauge. You want to get 1 bottle, see where you're at. And what it does, just so people are aware of this, it totally calms you down. And so what's great is it does not affect your brain in any way, meaning you can still operate heavy machinery. You're still going to have all of your senses are all there. You're completely normal, but you're just relaxed. And it's freaking awesome. I can't even describe how great it is to be able to take something like ashwagandha and it totally calm you down. It is the best thing. Like I said, it is the best supplement I have put in my body. So a lot of people have been sending me messages through that video wanting to know which brand I use, how much I use. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a gauge so you could go in, get the same ashwagandha, help out my channel, and also start down that path of healing. And I would really like to hear from people who have tried ashwagandha. Now, I encourage everybody to do some research on ashwagandha before you take it and look at the other health benefits. And what's funny is these used to be just barely over $10 2 years ago when I started taking them, and I think they've raised up to like almost $18 a bottle. And ashwagandha has been all over the news recently because of the health benefits, and people have really started to latch onto it. And I knew once more people started taking it that eventually the price was going to rise on it. But it is an amazing supplement, and I would love to hear success stories. And if it didn't work for you, I'd like to know that as well. But again, I am not a doctor. I can only go based off of my experience. And ashwagandha has really, really affected my life in a very positive way. And I'm hoping it can for many others. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. I do appreciate the support. If you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. and you will be notified as I have new videos go up. I do appreciate it.